So this episode of Swing Out with Lori and Hanah is brought to you by Fall Off the Log. Anyways.
I'm Lori.
I'm Hanah.
And this is Wednesday Night Hop, elective class, week 3 in April 2017. This is the first stops routine. Well, we mostly worked on the first 4 8 counts of the first stops routine, which are
swing outs and a Lindy circle. And so we talked a little bit about linear swing out technique and what happens at each of the different stages of the swing out to make it very linear. So let's just quickly
tracks.
Run through that.
Your follow has a track. It's usually this track, straight and down. And the leads have a track as well. If this is the follows, ours is kind of like that. So I kind of come off of it, come back across here, and then come back off of it again, back. So we both have our tracks. We both have this very linear way of moving, but it is slightly offset from one another.
And then the thing about the next bit is actually what happens on the
3 and 4.
Actually, I kind of want to show it at a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
So what happens here is that instead of, we're always told at the beginning when we're first learning how to swing out to square off. This is actually not quite the best way, because what happens is that her arm doesn't have as much of a place to catch. So if I, as the follow, with my feet still facing forward, if I turn my upper body slightly and think about leaning into my left corner, and Lori leans into her left corner, then we create this really nice connection, where in which case on the preps for the 5 and 6, such that zoom past.
All right, and leads, I am thinking about my left kind of like hip and moving back here. And in fact, from this position, I could lessen the counter body pressure or increase it simply by changing my body position. Yeah?
So leads, it's not about stepping out so much. It's more about, and like leaning that way, it's more about stepping, we're still in the same track almost, but stepping, leaning in that hip.
Yeah.
And then, so then that sets up for the 5 and 6. And then we've got a really nice 5 and 6 where 5 and 6 actually should be really close. If your swing outs are such that your 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are the same distance apart from each other, that means that it's very circular.
That means we're like here and then we're like
whereas 3 and 4 pass each other almost chest bump.
Let's do it this way.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is our 3, 4, 5, 6. So plus is very close to me, like maybe a hand or 2 widths away.
And then the last bit is what happens on the 7, 8, 1, 2. It's this idea that my fullest extension as a follow and as a lead doesn't happen on the 7 and 8 as we're taught, it happens more on the 1 and 2. And so I kind of extend out on the 7, 8, but I don't get all the way out of my arm. And then on the 1 and 2, I take up that little bit last of extension for my swivels.
And leads on that 1 and 2, I am starting to do my 1, 2. And so that's how I can feel a nice gush on the 1, 2 is because of that slight resistance the follow is giving me. All right.
So that is linear swing outs.
And then we did a couple of variations. One is traveling swing outs, where we do send our follow out, so leads stay here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, lead comes to the follow, and then sends the follow out again. So it's sort of a you go, I go move, where one travels and the other person does not. You have to keep your arm very loose when you do not want your follow to be moving towards you. Don't accidentally give them information to come this way, and then you're moving towards them, and you totally miss each other, yes? One person moves at a time.
And follows don't preemptively go forward on the 1 and 2, because that's what we kind of are expecting, so therefore we do, and that will kind of, you have to be actively listening at all parts of the swing out.
Yeah. Stand your ground.
And then we did one more swing out variation.
Which is squatting, which looks really classy. So to do that, we replace our triple step for the leads, the triple on the 3 and 4, with a squat on 3 and 4, and then we send out our partner out here. So that's pretty much it. Those are the 2 variations we showed, the traveling swing out and the swing out with the squat on 3 and 4. Those are both really excellent for jam circles in times when you need to cover a lot of distance in a hurry, and it requires a lot of really good communication with your partner.
And if you're watching this video, great. I recommend going to week 2 and rewatching the routine and making sure you really hit those 1s and the 2s and the stops and the things and the downs. Cool. All right. See you next week. We're excited to perform
and do cool stuff. Thank you. Bye.